I hope that sound isn't really prominent. I feel like it's gonna be. It sounds just as loud as my talking. Wait a minute. Fucking hell. Where is it? Oh, it is. Okay, sound travels really easily around here, so I was thinking it was all the way over there or something. We're like at the top of a hill, so it's kind of, I don't know, the peak point where you hear everything. Don't you go talking about me behind that tree over there, otherwise I'll hear you. If you're whispering, no, but if you're talking normally, sometimes I hear like people like shouting and talking, and you're just like, well, where the hell are you? Like, there's only one neighbour and it's not there. Yes, I've given away my information where I live. So if you ever see this video and you hate me, you can track me down. It's a hill with only one neighbour. Oh, that's so fucking annoying. They're cutting a hedge back, which is like good, but I'm trying to make a video. So yeah, our internet and Wi-Fi is down, so I can't do anything. So this video is going to be about the countryside and the difficulties of having Wi-Fi and phone signal. Because if you don't live in the countryside, or like away from civilization, you really won't know the struggles of how frequently being disconnected for a week or so at a time, and constantly being told like, oh, we can send an engineer out, but if it's your fault, then you kind of have to pay 128 quid. Well, actually it's like 130 if it's within your property. And they recently said to me like, if it's a tree in your property, then that's like supposedly your fault or something. But like, you can't just cut trees back, can you? Like, you need permission and stuff to do that. Like, I don't even know if you can do it even if it is on your property. Or is it you can't cut trees down? Well, I know you can't cut trees down, but I don't think you can cut trees back either. It depends. Maybe you can cut trees down. But you cut a tree down, you're not meant to cut trees down. Anyway, yeah, so at least every month it's down. Like, the one time it was down for 3 weeks. Or it was like kind of on and off-ish, but mostly off. And they came within a week, and then they're like, oh, we've got to come back because they don't know what the problem was. And then they had to come back, and it was just a load of shit. Why don't they find out what the problem is? There must be something. Like, the same thing that's constantly going wrong. And whenever an engineer comes out, and I tell them what the last engineer did, they're like, oh, well, that was wrong. And I'm just like, but it worked. And then when the next engineer comes out, they say that previous person was wrong. So you're just like, what the hell? Like, none of you know what you're doing. Yeah, so I don't have a problem with phone signal here, but I specifically got a certain network that I looked where the coverage was, and it's here. But like, when other people come in, they're like, oh, I don't have phone signal, and I'm just like, yeah, it's because you have to get the certain network that does the phone signal coverage over here. So I'm with EE, and I've looked at others like O2 and 3 and stuff, and like, it's kind of like there's loads of coverage below a certain point, and then above it, like, there's hardly any, and and that's what the above bit is basically where I am. So, one, they need to get on that above bit, and two, there's not many options I can have for like a phone network then. I kind of look for the local area, see if they have good phone signal coverage and mobile data coverage in the local area, and that's what I have to go with. And then even like the phone line goes down, and then you're meant to call them. You can't call them with the phone line, so they call you with your mobile, but they don't cost those. And then basically, once you told them the problem, because I told them that, and they're like, oh, do you want me to call you back? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. But like, as soon as I told them the problem, that the landline wasn't working, why didn't they say like, oh, we'll call you back? They only said they'll call me back when I was like, how much will this phone call cost? Like, can you get refunded for it? And they're like, oh, we'll just call you back. And it's a bit like, why didn't you just say that? Like, yeah. But the internet speed is slow here, but it's okay. It's the countryside, so I get that it's going to be slower. And it's okay, it's just annoying that it's constantly like disconnecting and stuff. And then, like I said, there must be something that keeps going wrong. Like, they're like, oh, there's a telephone line fault. Like, is there something that you regularly do, just things in cities, like change a certain surge of, you know how, a channel that the electricity is on? Do you constantly change that for cities? Because I don't think that works in the countryside. It's something like that. I think there's something that they've set to automatically change in like city areas and like towns that's optimal for in a town or city location, but it's not for the countryside. But they do it in the countryside. They do it for the countryside, and it doesn't work. Like, because it's a different environment of where, like, I'm trying to think of a comparison. I was gonna say like, kind of like if you cut like oh no. Okay, it's like a forest. Like, the trees, like say like a rainforest, isn't it? The trees and nature in the middle is not gonna get its nutrition and, like, water and sunlight and stuff the same way that the stuff on the outside of the forest is gonna get it, because stuff on the outside... the stuff on the oh god. Tissues! Okay, so, yeah, the trees on the outside are gonna be able to have, like, it's just kind of like a different environment within an environment, a different environment within a habitat. So the trees on the outside are going to be able to get more sunlight and stuff like that, and probably be more spread out, because as the forest is kind of like fading, it's like spreading out. They'll have more room for the roots to like be planted and stuff, whereas in the middle they'll probably be more compact. But how the stuff in the middle is sustained is not the same as stuff on the outside, and that's like with the Wi-Fi and the internet stuff, how it's projected in the centre of the cities and towns and stuff will not work the same as it does in the countryside. And I don't think the phone companies or mobile providers and internet providers realise that. I don't know if it's actually a thing, but it sounds like it could be. And I didn't just randomly come up with this, it's kind of based upon, I'll have a little bit of research into it, and I'm probably completely wrong, but it's based upon like, with your hub, like your router, you can set it to be different channels, which I'm gathering means there's different channels that it can either broadcast out of or connect to, and it's normally set so it will search for the best channel to receive a signal from or to project out, but they told us recently to set it to a specific channel so that it doesn't keep changing, so that it doesn't keep searching for the best one. It's for some reason that's, I guess, more difficult in the countryside for it to find the best channel. And maybe it's something to do with like in cities and stuff where the internet's quicker, it can search and connect to the best channel quicker, whereas in the countryside if it's slower anyway, it will keep trying to connect to the best one, but that will keep changing, so it will keep trying to connect to different ones. But because the internet's slower, it will take long to connect, and then you just want to kind of try and assign it to one. So I don't know if it's actually to do with that, but because we're constantly having, like, they're constantly like, oh, the phone I fault, like, it's the same problem. Like, if it's not the same problem, why does it keep happening every month? It feels like they change something every month. This is what kind of makes me think of it as well. Like, it happens every month. So maybe there's something on their servers or something that they change every month that has an effect on our internet. I feel like that's all there is for me to say about that. Well, okay, one more thing is, you can get, you know how you like access the internet off your phone, and that's like doing it through like satellites and stuff, and that's connected, like not connected to Wi-Fi. I feel like they should kind of include that in, they should combine home Wi-Fi and satellites and stuff together, because it should be kind of like, if you can't connect with the Wi-Fi and stuff like that where you are, you should be able to use some kind of like satellite service like that's with them, or maybe it should switch between the two. Like, yeah, I feel like maybe there should be a backup, because we do go without Wi-Fi for a month, and you kind of like, for a week, and there are certain conditions that you actually can't get refunded for that time that you haven't got the Wi-Fi. It's just a way of kind of like, I'm just rambling. I guess the solution to what I was trying to say is you just buy a phone contract or something that has a certain amount of megabytes in it, and then just use that as like a tethering hotspot or something. So that's the end of this video. So that's the end of this video. You just don't know how much we suffer with the internet or Wi-Fi down. Like, I can't even watch Netflix. Remember, terms and conditions apply.